Some humans can survive freezing temperatures, others can lift cars to save lives, and a few can even tolerate unimaginable pain with barely any explanation. These are 10 real-life human superpowers that science still can't fully explain, and wait until you see number 1, because doctors say it shouldn't even be possible. This is Usefulest Perspectives. Let's start our countdown, but keep watching, because the honorable mention at the end might change the way you see life and death itself. Kicking this thing off at number 10, we have Superhuman Reflexes.
The moves right here makes the first guy miss. The spin move at the last second, and then what, Tiki? You're right. What is that, bro?
Some humans react so fast it almost looks fake, like they're living life in slow motion. Take Muhammad Ali. His reflexes in the ring were legendary. He could dodge punches by a fraction of an inch, predicting attacks before they even landed. Then there's Floyd Mayweather, who built an undefeated boxing career on insane reaction speed. His eyes and hands moved faster than opponents could think. And outside the ring, meet Bob Munden, the fastest gunslinger in history. He could draw and fire a revolver in 0.02 seconds. That's faster than a human blink. Even NFL players rely on superhuman reflexes, catching rockets at full speed or intercepting passes with just milliseconds to react. These people prove that human reflexes, when trained to the extreme, can look like a real-life superpower. Doctors and scientists believe superhuman reflexes are influenced by a mix of biology, genetics, and training, and there are still aspects that aren't fully understood. These athletes train for years to rewire their reflexes. But what if I told you some people wake up with genius-level skills overnight? No practice, no training, just poof, they're suddenly a musical prodigy or math wizard. Coming in at number 9, we have spontaneous savant skills.
You weren't very good in school math?
I was horrible. I used to make fun of math, and I would say things like, math is stupid, and how does that apply to anything in the real world? And now it is the real world.
Is it true?
Imagine waking up tomorrow and then suddenly being able to play the piano like Mozart, or painting a masterpiece you never even trained for. This rare phenomenon is called spontaneous savant skills or acquired savant syndrome, and scientists still struggle to explain it. Here's how bizarre it gets. Some people suffer a head injury or experience a neurological event, and afterward they unlock extraordinary talents, musical genius, artistic ability, even lightning fast calculation skills. Meet Daniel Tammet. He can memorize and recite pi to over 22,000 digits and instantly calculate huge numbers without a pen or paper. But here's what's truly mind-blowing. He says numbers appear as shapes and colors in his mind, almost like he can see math instead of solving it. Doctors suspect these talents were always hidden in the brain, waiting to be switched on. But the exact mechanism how trauma awakens genius is still a mystery. If the brain can unlock hidden genius through injury, what other superhuman abilities might be lying dormant in our DNA? Because halfway across the world, there's a tribe that has biologically evolved to do something equally impossible. Breathe underwater like Aquaman. Diving in at number 8, meet the Bajau people, known as the sea nomads of Southeast Asia.
Kami lahat. Keturunan kami ketika membombo kami. Ano gagapatuwang. Memang kami danakang mau lilo mau dindo.
They start diving before they can read, permanently stretching lungs, triggering the mammalian dive reflex we all have. But they've mastered. They can dive to depths of up to 230 feet and hold their breath for extended periods, some even reaching 13 minutes. Scientists studied their bodies and discovered something amazing. The Bajau have larger spleens than average humans. The spleen stores oxygen-rich red blood cells, which release during the long dives, almost like a built-in scuba tank. But here's the part that blows scientists' minds. This adaptation happened naturally over generations, and their heart rate slows dramatically underwater. In other words, the Bajau push human survival limits every single day, proof that our bodies can evolve to do things most of us can't even imagine. And while holding your breath for 10 plus minutes is insane, our next human superpower might let you see the future, or at least feel like you have. Coming in at number 7, we have Déjà Vu and Precognitive Dreams. Have you ever walked into a room and thought, wait, I've been here before? That eerie, split-second feeling is déjà vu, and scientists still can't fully explain why it happens. Some believe it's a memory glitch where your brain accidentally files the present as a memory. Others think it's split perception, when your brain processes the same moment twice. a fraction of a second apart. But it gets even stranger. Look, people also report precognitive dreams, dreams that seem to predict the future. From dreaming of phone calls before they happen to eerily accurate visions of major events, these stories have appeared across cultures for centuries. Science can offer theories like your subconscious picking up tiny clues, but it can't fully explain why some dreams line up with reality so perfectly. And if the mind playing tricks is strange, our next human ability might prove the mind can actually heal the body itself. Tricking its way to number 6, we have the placebo effect.
If I give 100 people a sugar pill and then these 100 people a real pill of pain relief, and I tell all of them that it's a real pain pill, 30% of the people that got the sugar pill will feel pain relief. That's how we do our trials.
What if I told you that your mind alone could heal your body? In countless medical studies, patients taking placebos have reported reduced pain, lifted depression, and even improved symptoms of serious illness, all because they believed the treatment would work. Doctors have seen patients respond as if they received real medicine, triggering the brain to release endorphins, dopamine, and even immune-boosting chemicals. And here's the wildest part. Scientists still can't fully explain why belief alone can cause measurable changes in the body. It's almost like your mind is carrying a hidden pharmacy, just waiting for you to unlock it. But the reverse is even crazier. If you believe a pill will harm you, your brain can create real symptoms, proven in allergy studies. Big Pharma downplays placebos because you can't patent belief. But a 2023 study found open-label placebos, where you know it's fake, still work. Smash that like button if you've ever thought yourself better. Next up, if your brain can convince your body to heal from fake pills, imagine what happens when you fully hack your nervous system. Coming in at number 5, we have cold immunity.
Wherein I was exposed to cold water, and just by a thought I was able to make the skin temperature not going down while I was exposed to cold water on my skin, ice water.
What if you could sit in freezing ice water and feel completely fine? Meet Wim Hof, the man scientists call the Iceman. He's climbed icy mountains shirtless, swam under frozen lakes, and stayed in ice baths longer than should be humanly possible. How? Wim Hof uses a mix of breathing techniques and extreme focus to control his nervous system, something doctors once believed was impossible. Studies show he can regulate his body temperature, slow his heart rate, and even boost his immune system through sheer mental control. And here's the mind-blowing part. He's trained others to do it too. This means cold immunity might not be just a rare gift. It could be a hidden ability we all have waiting to be unlocked, but don't try this yet. People have died copying Wim without supervision. His power comes from decades of training, not just willpower. And if resisting the cold is impressive, imagine a human who can ignore pain itself, our next real-life superpower. Coming in at number 4, we have superhuman pain tolerance. These people should be screaming in agony, but they feel nothing. This isn't Hollywood. It's real superhuman pain tolerance, and the science behind it will rewire your brain. Studies show Tibetan monks can shut off pain signals through meditation. Their secret? Dorsolateral prefrontal cortex activation, a fancy way of saying they think pain away. Normal pain threshold 6 out of 10, but firewalkers report 0 pain during rituals. UFC fighters break bones and keep brawling. Their brains flood with endorphins 10 times faster than yours. But this power has a price. Many warriors don't feel injuries until it's too late. Adrenaline is a double-edged sword, and it can kill you if you ignore it. Doctors know that endorphins and adrenaline play a role, but here's the mystery. Some people can stay calm under pain levels that should be unbearable. It's as if the brain can flip a hidden switch, overriding the body's natural alarms. But pain tolerance isn't the wildest adrenaline power. Wait until you see number 3, where ordinary humans lift cars like the Hulk without steroids. Powerlifting, its way to number 3. We have superhuman strength, also known as hysterical strength.
What happens next is superhuman. The body cam goes to black as the deputy lifts the 3,500-pound SUV to free the woman. You hear him grunting at the top of his lungs.
The body's hidden emergency mode. Imagine a loved one trapped under a car. and somehow, fueled by adrenaline, you lift the impossible. In 1982, a 110-pound mother did exactly that, lifting a 1-ton car off her child. Scientists say humans normally use just 30-40% of their muscle capacity, but in life or death moments, the brain's safety limiters shut off. During the 1994 Northridge earthquake, survivors even lifted over 1,000-pound concrete slabs to escape. Strength that should have broken their bodies. Here's the science. Adrenaline supercharges muscles, endorphins block pain, and your body enters full survival mode. Here's the catch. Your body sends the bill later. Torn tendons, broken bones, and system shock are common after hysterical strength events. While you can't safely train for hysterical strength because your safety limits exist to prevent injury, building muscle, tendon strength, and explosive power can help your body handle more force if that adrenaline moment ever comes. Even elite strongmen and powerlifters never fully reach hysterical strength. It's a superpower your body only unleashes when life is truly on the line. Unlocking hidden strength in life or death moments is incredible, but what happens when you actually cross the line between life and death? Our honorable mention takes us to the edge of life itself. Near-death experience visions.
I saw that light. When you come close to that light, and it's in that light that I'm talking about is death.
Thousands of people who have come seconds from death describe the same haunting phenomena: a tunnel of light, a sensation of floating above their own body, and even meeting deceased loved ones. In 2019, Kevin Hart's life nearly ended in an instant. Riding in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda, the car veered off and rolled down an embankment. Hart suffered 3 spinal fractures just millimeters away from permanent paralysis. He remembers nothing of the impact. His first memory? Waking up in an ambulance, his wife by his side, thinking this could be it. On Joe Rogan's podcast, Hart described the moment as seeing the light, not a literal tunnel, but a mental awakening. He called it a resurrection, saying, "The old me died in that car. The new me doesn't have bad days anymore." Hart's near-death experience didn't just heal his body, it reset his life, shifting his focus to gratitude, family, and purpose. And it's a reminder that sometimes you don't need a superpower, just a second chance to discover what truly matters. Seeing visions at the edge of death is mysterious enough, but what about a mind that never forgets a single detail and can store every sight, every page, and every number like it was burned into their memory forever? Back on track, taking the silver medal at number 2, we have photographic memory or eidetic memory.
Who, after flying just once over New York City in a 20-minute helicopter ride, created an intricate cityscape drawing on a 19-foot canvas.
Imagine taking a short helicopter ride over a city and then being able to draw the entire skyline perfectly from memory, down to street layouts and window placements. That's what Stephen Wiltshire did. After just a 20-minute helicopter ride over Manhattan, he later completed a 20-foot panoramic sketch of New York City. One of the most famous cases is Kim Peek. He could memorize entire books in hours and recall over 12,000 books word for word. This is the power of photographic memory, also known as eidetic memory, the rare ability where the brain stores images and details like a living camera. Some people with this gift can recall hundreds of faces, words, or numbers after seeing them only once. Scientists believe it's linked to unique brain wiring, often linked to Savant Syndrome, that allows hyper-detailed visual storage. But here's the mystery: why some brains can do this while most can't is still unsolved. Eidetic memory isn't just a party trick. It blurs the line between human and superhuman intelligence. Their visual cortex overwrites the forgetting process. It's not just a memory, it's permanent playback. If the brain can defy biology with perfect recall, what happens when it rewrites its own survival code? Taking the gold medal home at number 1, one human superpower is so rare, it baffles doctors to this day: spontaneous remission of disease.
You have to bring all these elements in if you truly want to heal. You need to create a life that you love and one that you want to live.
These are the cases where people recover from life-threatening illnesses, sometimes cancer or infections, with no medical explanation. One of the most famous stories is Anita Moorjani, who fell into a coma with end-stage lymphoma. Doctors said she had hours to live, yet she later woke up claiming she had a near-death experience, and within weeks her cancer had vanished. Spontaneous remission isn't just one story, it's documented in medical literature. Researchers have seen tumors shrink or disappear, often after a sudden boost in the immune system. but the exact trigger remains a mystery. Could it be the mind's hidden power to heal, an unknown biological switch, or something beyond science entirely? Whatever the cause, spontaneous remission is a reminder that the human body may hold powers we've only begun to understand. Some believe spontaneous remission is a dormant evolutionary trait, activated only in extreme stress. If unlocked, it could rewrite medicine forever. And there you have it, 10 human superpowers that science still can't fully explain. From lifting cars like a superhero to holding your breath like a real-life Aquaman, it's proof that humans are, well, just a little bit cooler than we give ourselves credit for. Photographic memory sounds amazing, though honestly, I'd settle for just remembering why I walked into the kitchen 5 minutes ago. So, which superpower would you pick if you could unlock just one? Would you rather dodge punches like Muhammad Ali or swim like a nomad in the sea? Drop your pick in the comments. I love seeing the wild answers you come up with. And if you enjoyed this countdown, consider liking and subscribing for more. This is Usefulest Perspectives. See you next time.